Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And we are joined here by the fabulous, the one and only Marie-Ève Mongrain. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You look so fancy. For those that you are listening, you may not see how fancy she looks with her Christmas tree hat and Christmas outfit on, but she's really festive here in the season.
Let me do a little twirl for you here.
No, go do it. Go.
I'm wearing a skirt, but I'm wearing a skirt because since you can't see the bottom, so I wore it as a little top.
That is the cutest thing. What a great idea. That is adorable. I would have worn my Christmas vest if I knew. You look adorable. Well, welcome back to the show.
I will just do one more thing. Like, obviously, it's not Christmas without lights.
Oh my God, it really lights up. I love it. It is beautiful. It is beautiful.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And you?
Good. Welcome to the holiday week. How are the girls? Are they in school?
Right now, no, because today was supposed to be the last day of school, but yesterday, last minute, they say the schools are closing. So right now they're in daycare.
Because of COVID, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They put like they close back again the bars, the restaurant, not the restaurant, the bars, the gym, and big area places like
really.
Yeah.
Wow. See, in New York City, they canceled the Radio City Rockette Christmas show.
Okay.
They've you're not allowed in a restaurant unless you have a vaccination, even if you're a child. So, but the schools are still open, but I feel like that's just going to change.
But that's just like for this school. I'm not quite sure. Like some schools are still open, but for our district, and for me, it's like, you know what? I trust the universe. I know there is something that's better. And by sending my kids to where they go for the daycare services, it's only my two girls that are there like today. But now the owner's daughter, also her school closed off. So she's sending her daughter there. So my girls are going to meet their friend that they haven't seen in a while. So I'm like, you know what? They were best friends all summer and all year long in the last year. So that was just them meeting together before the holidays.
Got it. So perfect. Well, welcome. Happy holidays. What do we have in store for today? For those that may not know you, tell us. You are life coach. You are everything.
I'm Marie-Ève Mongrain. I'm a life coach, a mindset coach. I help people reframe their life. Just also we rewire the brain by using like our language. The language is very important. So every time somebody says, "Oh, this hasn't happened. This is not going to happen," then I'm going to say, "Yet hasn't happened yet." Right? We're just changing a couple of things in our language because every time we speak up, life happens. We're speaking life into our words. True. And just an example, I went a few years ago, my daughter, Emily, was 2 years old. She went to daycare. And I never said in my life, I'm like, "Oh, I want to eat her. She's so good. I want to eat her up." Right? And that one day she was at daycare and I was home. I'm like, "Oh my God, she's so adorable. I want to eat her up." She came back from daycare and one of the child had bitten her cheek. So I was like, wait, what?
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I tried it again another time and it happened again. She was bitten again by the same child. I'm like, okay, I really, whatever I say speaks up, right? Everything that I say
you
happens.
Gotta be careful. Yeah.
For a while, oh my God, can I tell you, if you have anxiety and now that words that you speak are actually manifesting into your life, you're like, I cannot make jokes, right? If I make a joke, somebody's going to get the hit of it. If I make something, somebody's going to live what I'm saying. I may not be the one living it, but somebody is going to live it. When my dad called child services 3 years ago, it was a period. I can see the vibration. I can see my own mindset, right? I was like, what are they doing here? I'm an amazing mom. They are wasting their time. There are worse cases in life, right? And I'm not kidding you. 2 weeks later, there was this child that was killed by their parents. And child services was there, but they didn't see the signs. I was like, oh my God, did I just speak that into manifest? Like I could have said, yeah, I'm the worst case scenario that can happen, which means I would raise the bar so that, the worst case was like, we're going to worry about you, right? No, I spoke that. And then later on, this happened. I was like, oh my God, I really got to watch what I say. Like, it's so powerful. So that's why I help people as a life coach. I'm also a social media influencer. Like the momentum is growing now. Like my TikTok account has over 5,500 followers, which doubled since last week. And all of this because I had done the TikTok with my Porsche just going the countdown to the dealership. That one has over 500,000 views. I was like, wait, what?
Wow.
Now, like, there's momentum and I can see it growing and growing. I'm like, it's not stopping, right? This is what I manifested. This is what I've worked for. And now it's trickling in my reality and things are happening and it's starting to be a little faster. And it's so good. So I help people do the same thing in their life, into deciding what they really want and just deal with those limiting beliefs, like you're deserving, you're lovable, right? All of this, you're worthy, the worthiness. That's what I help people with.
Well, let me ask you this. Now you're here. It's the holiday season. Speaking of worthiness, right? It's like the time of year where people are really excited, happy, or they're really super depressed.
Yes.
And, we've all been there, right? You've lost your spouse. I lost my mom. We've been through good. We've been through bad. Everyone has their ups and downs, but around the holidays is really bad for a lot of people. How could you guide someone through the holiday? Any tips and advice? Because it's not easy, even those that are happy, but now being around the family and all that. But, it's sad. It could be depressing.
It can be depressing. And I did have some moments this week too with my daughters and just myself doing the grief, but to get through it, you got to go through it.
Yeah.
If you repress the emotion, if you're sad, just be sad, and it's okay to be sad, right? You go, because oftentimes we're like, I'm sad, I don't know, and to stop saying I don't know, I'm gonna get out of it, I'm just stuck in this situation. But the only reason you're stuck is because you believe you're stuck.
Yeah.
Right? You're refusing to set different perspective. For me, for my husband passing, no, I'm honoring the emotions, right? I'm honoring that he's not there, but I'm actually honoring myself and what I went through more, because yeah, he was there, but the worst part for me, and maybe many people can resonate with that, the worst is not to lose that person, is to lose who we were with them and who we're becoming. Like we have to grieve not just that loss, we're grieving our childhood, because if you're on the frequency of grief, you're grieving everything that's on that frequency. So it's not that death is only a trigger to all the pain you had as a child of not being seen, of not being loved, and not feeling, worthy. So what I can say for me, what has helped in the past 4 years, to start looking for what's satisfying. Because if you keep looking at what's negative and just like how sad you are, you're not seeing all the beauty, you're not seeing your wholeness, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a rainbow of color, a rainbow of emotions. And to not judge those emotions. If you're feeling sad, don't judge it. If you're feeling angry, anger is better than helplessness and powerlessness. So celebrate. And for a lot of people out there, what I use when my coaching is, I show people the frequency list of the emotions. So it's a scale, it's the emotional scale. And you can see at the bottom, powerlessness, and then you got like jealousy, anger. But as it goes up, you're going towards love, right? Neutral, satisfaction, and love. So for me, to be able to accept my own anger and other people's anger, I had to see, maybe they were suicidal.
Maybe,
Maybe they were powerless. So their anger is actually an improvement in their emotional state, because now they feel, right? When you're suicidal, you're numb. When you're numb, because I know it's Christmas, right? There's a lot of people that this triggers the suicidal thoughts, right? But it's just a thought. Remember, for me, at one point, actually twice, I called Info Suicide Line in the past 4 years, because first, I didn't want to die. I was so scared of dying, but I heard stories like this actor woke up one day and like, oh, in the news, he committed suicide, right? So the word was a trigger for me of my own fear of dying, of my own fear of like, what are the signs? Like nobody's saying, well, we saw these signs before, right? So you're like, am I gonna wake up tomorrow?
Yeah.
How do I know if I'm gonna be suicidal? I've never been thinking about it. Like, am I gonna become that way? And I was so scared. And I don't want to die. I got my kids. And just, I got a good life going on, even though he's not there. So you get the support you can, and don't be ashamed of calling. I call like, I'm afraid. Can you please tell me the signs so I can see myself? If I feel however this way, I can actually call and ask for support, right? Because I didn't even trust my own judgment. Like, I know I didn't want to die, but I was afraid of being afraid, right? Which is the same thing when you're afraid of living your emotions. So I started, for me, 3 years ago, when I was more not depressive, I can say, compared to my normal, that was a very depressive state for me, to find for everything that's satisfying. at one point I made myself a sheet of like, okay, here's what I want to do. Not like to-do list of work, but to-do list of like, get up, brush my teeth, eat breakfast, drink a glass of water. And I had like little cups of water on my paper and I would just scratch them. But some days it was just like, you know what? I don't even want to get up today, but I do have kids, so I have to. But it was okay to not want to spend time with them. I just give them the tablet all day. And to me, what was satisfying is, okay, I got them their food. I got up, brushed my teeth, and then I went back to bed, right? So whenever you're feeling that you're stuck somewhere, start looking for what's satisfying. So you can say, well, today I ate. And even like I used to make big meals with my husband. I used to love cooking. And now, like with my kids, when they were babies and I didn't feel like cooking, nobody gave me food. You know, like you're the widow, right? You've seen movies. So you're the widow, like everybody jam-packed their fridge. And I didn't get that. I had to cook for myself. I had to find ways. I ordered catering. I ordered good food box. I ordered like, so it's just to, for what was satisfying is like, okay, well, we ate. Like for me, it's not even we ate healthy, I ate today, right?
Yeah.
So between not eating and just to say I ate whatever, it's a cookie, you ate. So just to see satisfaction, you were able to smile at this, celebrate the smile you got when you saw something, right? Especially in the holidays. And don't force yourself. For me, now I only follow my yes, because if it's I don't want to be there, it's going to be even worse because energetically, it's not productive for you or them. And you'll just even feel lonelier. So if you're going to be lonely, might as well be lonely at home. That's my experience, right? I don't want to be somewhere like to be fake. Unless you go and people are, you're accepting of yourself, people will be accepting of you as well, of where you are. Don't judge your emotion. If you feel depressed and you want to go out, still go out, but don't judge yourself, right? That is the worst thing because nobody's judging you, only you are. And if they judge you, it's because they're judging themselves, right? So, but just celebrate every little milestone. So like on that emotional scale, if you're powerless and now you're like, oh, I feel some sort of emotion, celebrate that, because if you spend your whole life hiding how you felt truly, right? So you don't get punished by your parents or whatever. Now just living sadness is a milestone that you can celebrate, right? We don't need to celebrate anymore. Oh, I got this, this promotion. I got this, right? This is fun. But the inner work is to celebrate all that you've done, knowing what you went through. So for Christmas, it's just follow your yes. And if it's a no, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And don't force toxic relationship just for them, right? You don't like this person, don't talk to them. I know it's easy to say, you feel a lot of guilt because, I used to be a people pleaser and used to give everything for everyone. So when I started thinking about my own needs, I felt selfish. I was like, am I narcissistic? I felt so selfish. It was horrible. The guilt. Like, oh my God, I'm hurting these people by thinking about me, right?
Yeah.
But just know that it gets better with time and you attract the people who are ready for that part of your life, who are ready to, they don't know what you went through, but where they are in their life is a match to you, and each of you will trigger each other, but it's for your own growth, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I can just look for what's satisfying.
Got it. Great. Thank you for sharing that. We will. And it's the holiday season. That's what we're doing today. And what else did you want to inspire us with before the big day? My goodness. 4 days away.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going to check my list. I arrived like 5 minutes.
She's checking her list. She's checking it twice. Who's naughty and nice? Go ahead.
We're all nice. We're all nice. Even like in the storybooks I read with my kids, even Santa says sometimes, we do things that bring us on the naughty list, but everybody gets to be back on the good list because we all learned something, right?
Yeah.
So there's no naughty. So for me, I do believe like we're going on our Christmas cruise on the 26th. So we're leaving on the 26th. And now for me, it was like, with the whole COVID thing. And like,
where do you fly into, by the way? And then where do you leave out of?
We're flying on the 26th in Florida, Orlando. Okay.
So you go to Orlando and then you go to Port Canaveral?
Yes.
So we're just going to miss each other. I'm coming in the 6th, but on a different cruise line, but still that port, that is awesome.
Oh, that is going to be so fantastic. And like this week, my aunt, she messaged me. She's like, oh, now like COVID, like they have more restriction. I hope you have insurance for your trip. I'm like, I didn't even answer. I said, just thank you for your concern, whatever. Like, I know I create my reality. I know I'm going, right? And I know whatever restrictions are happening, I'm fine. And you know what? I keep messaging with my travel agent and I'm fine. What do I need for tests, right? I just assume I'm fine and it's fine. And we're leaving. So now like, I got to start packing. And not just, I got to pack. Nothing is done yet because I go like the moment, right? I go with the, in the now. I don't need to pack for five months earlier.
Yeah.
I know my inner being is going to guide me to get everything. And even yesterday, I actually went to the store and said, I'm going to go get some new sandals for the girls because their feet have grown. I'm going to see if we can find something. You know, we do have some older summer clothes, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to even do that because I went and I didn't see much. I said, we're going to be in Florida. We'll just buy whatever there on the cruise because it doesn't matter. Every time I go on a trip, I buy stuff there anyway. I'll bring what we have, you know, as basic stuff to say we have stuff. I'm just going to buy whatever we need there. I love shopping anyway. I'll be on the cruise and there's going to be apparently there's a lot of like stores too. So yeah, we'll buy our things there, whatever we need that I haven't thought about here, or because it's winter, we don't have access to, or so whatever I need will be either in my house or at the store over there.
Yeah.
Why not buy stuff there? I mean,
I know, right? Exactly.
Anybody else here.
Exactly. Yeah.
So for me, that was just like, yeah, why stress like running around the stores and like wasting, like it's not wasting my time, but I know I'm going to shop there. 2 years ago when we went to Disney, I had brought a bunch of Disney dresses that we had here. I ended up buying double the amount there because we were on site and we saw the dress. I'm like, we're buying. I love shopping. I won't lie. I have to be honest with that one, but it's just, I had more dresses when I came back. I said, I could have just bought them here. Right. And we could have kept the one we have at home and not worry. So that was my first time going there. And we had brought so many pair of shoes. We ended up using one pair. So I'm like, you know what? Instead of over planning, I'll plan, you know, minimum. And I know whatever, if we need something else, it's going to be available. Right. The universe brings me everything I need.
It'll bring everything you need. Yeah.
I don't need to plan for in case it rains. I'm just going to bring whatever and everything's going to be taken care of. It removes so much of the stress. Oh.
It does. It does, right? And a garbage bag goes a long way for a poncho.
Yes. It got me when we went last time, it rained when we were at Epcot Center. I got a really nice umbrella in the Japanese or the China area. It's such a beautiful, like, I would not have gotten that. Like, I would have had a cheap umbrella from here, but now I got this as a souvenir as well, right? I'm a big fan of memories and souvenir, and that's why I bring stuff home. And then like, oh, I got this there. Like, oh, I got this there. Like, it brings so many emotions when I get to reuse them later.
Got it. Well, you know what? It's going to be a fascinating holiday, and everything's going to work out for everyone. And I'm glad that Santa's going to make his way to the house as well. How do the girls, so the girls, they're young enough, so they have Santa, right? Yes. And then you leave the next day. How are they going to be tempted not to take everything they get from Santa with them? How do you restrict their carry-ons? What are they going to bring?
I tell them we're going to get more there. Like, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, they can bring one thing, but just, I know what they have, right? And I know there's going to be bigger things. It's just, we don't have time. We won't have time. We're excited to go at the beach, to go and do excursion.
Good.
We won't have time to play with anything. And the good thing, like at first, school was supposed to start back on the 6th. We arrive on the 3rd. We're supposed to start back the Thursday. We come back. And then before yesterday, we got an email saying, oh, the new measure school starts on the 10th. I'm like, oh, so nice. We get an extra week after our vacation.
Yeah.
The girl can play with their toys.
Good. That's
great. Manifest this. And in a way, no, I don't know if it's like the chicken or the egg first, but yesterday, because I gave the teacher, my daughter's teacher, she gave a box of chocolate with like a Starbucks card in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to say, well, I can give it to them like today, right? And the last day of school, I was going to give it to them. And yesterday I said, you know what? I'm actually going to give it today because I just want to get the space in my house. I don't need the box there. I know. And I said, just in case, there's no school tomorrow, we still want to give them the present. So she brought the present yesterday, and then later on today, that day, they said, well, school is over. There's no school tomorrow. I'm like, see, did I create this by saying this is the last, like, here's the present that I would have given on the last day? Or was I kind of that's why I don't know. Like, am I a psychic knowing that there's not going to be school tomorrow? Or am I creating that there's no school tomorrow by me giving, right? I'm not quite sure, but it doesn't matter. I'm like, they got their present. I'm super happy. We don't have to wait after Christmas. All is good.
Amazing.
But sometimes I wonder, like even with my husband, at one point I was like, maybe he's not meant to be my kids, like he's the biological dad, but maybe he's not going to be the one raising them. And I think that thought came before he was sick. Like, I don't even know, like, I don't remember, but then this happened. It's like, did I create this, or was I just a psychic ability, right? So I'm not quite sure. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm having fun. I'm just like, okay, well, I do things in a fun way to create what I want, right? I'm going to be the psychic of what I want instead of what I don't want, right? And if it's a thought, I'm just going to change it. But the way I act, that I'm like, oh, I'm not surprised that school is over.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
But there's a lot of people also out there, right? When you start tapping into that intuition of like just doing. But for me, I see as I create my reality, right? It's already created, but by seeing I'm creating it, I feel like I have more control. Do I don't know, but it's just there's a sense of I can predict, right?
Yeah, of course.
So today, actually, there's a thing I want to share with you, because it's also in New York. When my girls go, it's a center. It's called One Mom's World. Where it's like they have a nice play area for children and babies. They have a really good cafe that's super healthy. They have like sport like for moms. Like, it's kind of a mom and kid. Like, the dads can come. And now the one that they open here, they have the esthetician area, so you can have massage, have your nails done.
Okay.
Mommy and me stuff there. Now, like, they have the person who takes care, like the educator, who's taking care of my daughter all year long, because she offers educational program. She's a Montessori teacher. And so you can go and get your massage or do your Zumba or whatever, like TRX course, while your kids are playing in the play area. So it allows the freedom of you being able to take care of yourself while you're and there. And so they have one here in Brossard. And I started going with them like 3 years ago when I was at the other town, because they were closer to where I was before. Then they closed. Like, that was my meetup with my mom friend. Like, let's meet up once a week there with our baby girls and just let them play out as we're sipping our coffee and hot chocolate. And then they moved. I was like, oh my God, they opened here in Brossard. Then I said, I'm moving anyway, closer to Montreal. I moved here. For me, I was not following them. I'm like, it's pretty much what I want, right? So then they reopened. I got there. The girls were going and they did a summer camp. And at the end of the summer camp, I was looking for a daycare for my daughter because my oldest was going to kindergarten. And I was like, oh, I really want a Montessori school. I didn't talk to them at all. And I'm like, I guess I'm going to check for Montessori today. And at the end of the last day of the summer camp, she's like, are you signing up here? Are you signing up, Emily, to the daycare that we're starting? I'm like, what? Yeah, I just hired this Montessori teacher. And I'm like, yeah, you found her because I've attracted her here, right?
Yeah.
The action, but like, I didn't even need to go online. I didn't need to do anything they find me and say, hey, here, you want a Montessori teacher? I have one. And like, maximum, like 5 kids, like, and then COVID hit. So it was just my kid and her kid. So they were like, last year, they were 2 kids all winter long. And so it's called One Mom's World. And they have one also in Long Island.
Really?
Mineola. So yeah.
Yeah. I live in Long Island. That's like 30 minutes away from me. There's one in Mineola?
Yeah.
Wait, what is it called?
Wow Mom's World.
Wow Mom's World. Okay, I got to look it up. Wow, I didn't know that is one. That's where your kids go? That's
where my kids go. So that's where the girls are today. I don't know if in New York they have the educator that's there, but I know I've attracted it. So she's standard. Like, she has really high standards. Like, she has one there. She has one in Florida. One in Mexico.
It's permanently closed.
They're closed there. Oh.
Permanently. Yes. Wow Mom's World, Long Island. I bet you it closed because of COVID.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, I know. When it's so big and bright, and I'm like, this is where I've been going with my kids for the past 4 years.
Oh my gosh, it looks like it's closed permanently. What a shame.
These are the best. So they might reopen one after COVID, but maybe they could. For me, like I was so lucky, like I was the only client there for all winter last year, right? I'm like,
Yeah, see, it was open in 2019 and then it closed. Oh my goodness. Oh, how sad. This is beautiful. Oh my
it's
God, the
so
whole press
amazing.
release about it, looking at, oh my gosh. Wow, that is actually ironic that it's the same location because it's in English and it's in French. Yeah, the website. So
So, but just I'm doing them a little publicity because they're so deserving. She's working so hard. Like she opened that place because she wanted to have a place for her to be able to work and have her child with her children with her. And like
yeah.
her kid was there every day. And for us, it was our second home. Like they were our family here. And like I'm so supportive of them. And I'm so happy that they were able to stay open last year. And even if it was for me, like doesn't matter. I was the only client and they still got to open. So I was like, thank you, universe. Thank you, you guys. And I've helped them, right? Like they're a little stressed. Like even this morning, one of the owners, like, oh my God, so stressful. Oh my God, all the restriction, happy Christmas, like Christmas is canceled. Like she's definitely the mirror of like the negative thinking, right? This summer, she's like, I'm so stressed. Their lineups are like, it's gonna be horrible outside. And her mindset has attracted that she attracted lineups, people with gas masks, right? But if she's in that state of anxiety, she's gonna everything that shows that's gonna delay because there's so many people. Like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. And that same day, I was like, I'm fine. I actually went
Calm
to
and relax.
I'm like, do you have a place to do my nails at the nail salon at Walmart? Like, yeah, come in. And just like, yeah. So I can see my mindset and her mindset are different. We're still getting the same thing, but except she's doing it on a stress level. And I'm just here, the calm one, still like, I'm helping them go through that as well, right? But yeah, I really wanted to say, I'm like, oh, they have one but they don't have it anymore.
Well,
but
yeah, I just signed up for the newsletter. So I'm going to see if they write me back and ask her about the Mineola location because I'm close to it.
And it was, for me, it was amazing. That's when, if I have another baby, they have like swimming lessons for kids, for babies. Like they have the little swimming rings and it's just, but yeah, you create your reality. So now that you know it happened, it exists, there might be somebody who actually will reopen it, right?
Well,
I don't
it
know.
says they're offering, there's franchise opportunities. Maybe you'll end up opening your own.
Yes, definitely. I'm not in that mindset of opening mine, but I'm just getting the word out. It's a beautiful franchise. And yeah, they deserve a lot of love and a lot of praise for all the good they do for parents. And that's why I send my kids. And they've been showing me a lot of love attraction, right? Like I've attracted things from them through my mindset. So yeah, they're the one doing the work, but I'm the one aligning with that.
Beautiful. Well, we just have oh my gosh, 2 minutes left. It happened so quick.
My elves are back. You know the elves I couldn't find?
Yes, you found them?
Oh my God, I was looking for a Christmas card because we take pictures for family pictures and I usually do Christmas cards. Now I didn't have time to, like, we have the picture. They're not quite ready yet. So I know we have cards somewhere for the teachers, right? So I went and opened the box and like, wait, I already had opened that box before, back in November. And now I opened that box and I could see the box with the elf on the shelf. Like, no way. Like I knew they were there, but I'm like, you know what? That's the same thing in life. What we want is already there, right? It didn't move. It was in that box the whole time.
Wow.
I just was on the frequency of not seeing it.
That's insane.
But it was there. So I'm like, you know what? What else in my life am I not seeing?
Am I not seeing that's in front of my eyes? I need to rethink it.
I don't have a boyfriend and nobody loves me. Oh my God, that's on that frequency, but you haven't seen all the people that love you. Like for me, I'm like, okay, my guy's gonna just pop up and show up like that. Like, cause he's already there, but probably I've already met him. He's just not on that. I just not on the frequency of seeing it.
Yeah.
And but those elves, so now they're back. And today, I don't know if you can see it, but they TP'd the Christmas tree.
Oh, beautiful. I love it. Oh, that's so cute.
They're messy. I'm like, come on, okay. 3 more days.
That's a good idea. I think my elf might have to do that. All right. Marie-Ève Mongrain, tell us how we can reach out to you. And gosh, I wish you the best of Merriest Christmas. Have a great time on the cruise and we'll talk when you get back.
Yes, thank you.
Cannot wait. Tell us how we get in touch with you, hon.
Instagram, Mary Mongrain 90. TikTok, Mary Mongrain 90. Then what's in my website because it's still down. So it's more problem with that, but that's not, I don't care anymore. you can reach me by Instagram and we can chat if you want life coaching or just me to come and say hi to you. So
Beautiful. Well, thank you. Merry Christmas, sweetheart.
Merry Christmas to you.
Happy New Year. Happy cruising. And we'll talk soon. Love
Yes,
you. Send my love to the
bye.
girls and I'll see you each other soon for sure.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.